Welcome to another video. This will be the case study, a Gearbox for generative AI. And we're going to take a look at Tripo. As you can see, Tripo is currently generating a model for this. And we are going to compare this with Hitan 3D. We have over here a single image reference, a multi-image reference, and also we're going to have Rodin over here. So let's get started. I'm going to start initially with an overview of the model. So this is the CAD model. Over here I went and I have hidden various components, so just like this within SolidWorks. And afterwards, I created the following screenshots. So I generated a top view, a bottom view, since these are can be added, a side view, so left and right, and also front and back. As you can see, the front and back will be the one over here, and the two sides. So let's take a look over here and analyze the outputs. So this is Hitan 3D with a single image reference. As you can see, the reference was like this. I decided to make one of the gears yellow, the other one red, green and blue over here to make it a little bit easier for the generative AI tool. And in this case, we see that it added additional gears. So we have those that should have been over there, but we see that it decided to add an additional gear over here as well. If I will remove the texture, the model will look like this, so we can better analyze the profile of each of those gears. So we have the shaft. Overall, the model looks good for the housing, but over here for the gears, as you can see, those will not even be aligned. So as we can see them over here, they are perfectly aligned within this CAD model, both the blue and the red one, the green and the yellow one. But we see them over here that they are slightly offsetted. Now, if I will jump over here where we have additional reference, so we have this one. This will be the front view, this will be the side view, the back, and the two sides. So as we can see, this will be the output model. And in this case, we have the front, the back, and the left and right, and we see that Hitan 3D didn't manage to align those over here within a model. So the one using perspective was a little bit better. Over here, it added the same gear over here twice. Also, this has been merged over here on the middle. Now, regarding Tripo, this is still being processed, so I want to make this in real time for this. So let's jump over here within Rodin. And within Rodin, we're going to have the following output. So as you can see, the profile of the gears, they will look like this. So it will not be a perfect symmetric model. But other than that, we see that the model will look a lot better in this case. Now, regarding the total number of gears, we still have 4 gears, even though this one over here is really small. Now, I can go ahead and I can align the views. So this will be the top view. I'm going to go ahead and I will select that this will be up. This will be bottom. And I will go ahead and I will have this reprocessed. Now, if we're going to take a look at this from the top, this will be the right view where we have that visible. So in this case, this should be the left view actually. So let's add that as left. This one will be right. And this one is a perspective view, in this case, a front. It's something like this, I think, back right, or it's a front, a back left in this case. Now I'm going to hit confirm and we're going to see how that model will look reprocessed. So I'm going to hit redo, not confirm, because I want this to be reprocessed again. I'm going to go ahead and with Rodin, I will also create a new model over here, or I will add the same views just like within Hitan, so this. So let me go over here and within Rodin, I want to create a new model. and it will contain the following 4 screenshots. So those are the 4. I will wait for those to be uploaded, and then I'm going to hit generate. And meanwhile, I will jump within Tripo to see the output over there. So this is ready. I can have that prepared. Tripo is close to finish with this. I'm really curious if the gears will be aligned, because the other tools, maybe Rodin had them a little bit aligned, but I also had this to be generated into parts, as you can see over here. And this is using the ultra mesh resolution, so up to 2 million faces. If I want to use this resolution, Tripo currently doesn't support multi-image, so this is why I added over here a perspective image, just like within Hidden 3D, where it outputted the best results. So this was that case study. As you can see, the gears are just slightly offset over here. And we have the model over here with Rodin finished. So I think that for those images, when I input them, maybe I didn't input them accordingly, because I see over here that we have 4 gears, but they are a little bit shifted. So let me just try to select this again. So this should be up. This will be down. This should be left. And this should be right. And I will leave this as not, let's say, defined. I'm really curious over here within this new layout, where we're going to have the front, we're going to have the back, and this will be a little bit easier for me to align. Initially, we're going to take a look at what Rodin did by default. So not very good in this case. Let's see how we see this. This will be the right. This will be the front. This will be the left. And this should be the back. So we have front. We should have the back over here as well. Okay, let's have that reprocessed. Again, maybe I didn't align those accordingly, so I should go ahead and I should have this again colored, and I can see exactly which is the left and right, because it's a bit trickier in this case. But I will maybe have those added again. As we can see like this, so let's say that this will be in the back. We should have left, right, and this should be the front. So I will may have to reselect those over here within Rodin if it didn't manage to create those. Now, this is the second output where I had those, so with the top and bottom, as you can see, this will be the output. What I like about Rodin is the fact that we can separate this into parts. But again, these are not the final position, but we can go over here and separate this into parts. And most likely we're going to have the gear, the shaft, the bearings, the casing, and the screws separated. Maybe those screws not, but others will be separated. This is the output, so most likely I didn't select those accordingly. So let's go ahead. So I said that this will be the front. If this is the front, this will be the back. And now for the left and right, let's just take a look over here. If I will go like this within left, I will have within the left this one added over here to that side. So I know that this is actually the left. That means this will be the right view. Let's see if it will be a little bit better now. And meanwhile, we should have the model over here ready on Tripo. As you can see, this is the model. It's not that bad, but we do have some overlaps. So we have those two gears that are interlocking over here. We have this one aligned with that one, which is pretty good. But this, which is a yellow gear, should have actually been somewhere over here. Now, as Tripo has separated this into parts, we're gonna see the difference between this and Rodin. This will actually just do a cut within the mesh, and as you can see, not a great cut. We're gonna have this surface over here with multiple floating elements where those have been cut, but overall the model is quite good regarding the total number of gears over here. Now let's see why this will be reprocessed if the output model from Rodin will manage to add all of those 4 gears correctly, and after that we can go and have those separated into individual components. It should update now, so it's currently being loaded, and again it will have that problem. Let me just select this to be the front, this to be the back, and I will leave those to unknown, and let's see if it will be a little bit better. We can go ahead and we can also use a single image input on Rodin, so maybe that will output some better models. So let's go ahead and do that as well, because we saw that with Hidden 3D it managed to do that with those. Over here where I specify the views, it had problems. Again, maybe those weren't perfectly defined, but as I know, I colored those within SolidWorks, and after that I went left and right and I made a screenshot, so not sure exactly why those are not aligned. Maybe it's also when I go over here within the bottom view and the top view, so we see them as a preview over here. So the top will be like this with a large shaft to the left, bottom like this. This will be the left and this will be the right. So I can go ahead and I can have them re-added maybe and see that I think that they are aligned. So this is the front, this is the back, this will be the left, and this is correct. Just like within SolidWorks, we see over here that this will be the left, and we know that since we're gonna have that element on the bottom used to clear the casing of for the oil. So it has been properly aligned. It's just that the tool didn't manage to use those informations from the reference accordingly to define this. Now let's take a look over here at the model from Rodin using this. So it tried to make this symmetrical as we can see it. Let's just swap this to asymmetric and have it reprocessed, since we have multiple gears over here in order to have that symmetry. And this is an output over here for Rodin where we're gonna have those selected. I'm just gonna hit confirm even though it's not the correct position, because I wanna show that main advantage of separating parts into Rodin that will enable each shaft to be an individual component. I'm pretty sure that the tool will not know that this will be a full shaft, so a single segment, and after that we're gonna have a gear, since this is not a mechanical engineering software. A tool, as we can see, even over here, the profile for those individual gear will be weird. Over here, if I will disable the texture, they will look a little bit better. So much closer to the profile of a gear. Over here, actually not that good as within the previous one. So we see that most tools they will work a little bit better with a single image for this kind of complex models, such as a gear reducer. And we have the one for Rodin with symmetric. I think I said that this will be asymmetric. Not sure exactly why it recreated that symmetry. Let's just have it processed again. And yeah, we have this over here, so I can separate this into parts. I can also generate a texture. Now, I'm really curious, what do you think is the best output model over here? We see over here that the profile for those individual elements of the gear. I think that over here on Hiton 3D within single image input, they are, let's say, the best. Over here we see that Rodin algorithm will still try to create some kind of symmetry over here, even though it's set to not be added. Not sure exactly why a gearbox like this will create the following problems. While over here for Tripo, the output look like this. So again, this is pretty good. We only had this a little bit slightly offsetted, but Tripo didn't actually create additional gears. So we have those 4 gears over here. We have them over here created as well. And we can go ahead and we can generate the texture as well, but I already moved that gear, so not sure exactly what will happen with that feeling. This also one of the weakness of Tripo is the fact that mesh separation will just do a mesh cut like this. So not actually individual components that will be fully filled. So they will be cut like that. Over here within Rodin, they will be separated. So we can go ahead and we can separate those. But over here, as you can see, we're going to have a large gear over there. So we should have one that would have been smaller. We have over here some gears that are interlocking, but not that good. And over here, we're going to see a gap. Okay, so this was an overview. Let me know in the comment section which model do you think outputted the best result. In my opinion, it should have been Hiton 3D in this case. As you can see, we have some kind of interlocking gears over here. Again, they are not well defined. But overall, the profile of the gears and the overall position of the shaft and the gears on them within this gearbox will be according to the reference. So let's say close to this reference. As you can see, it will still take a long time for these kind of tools to address engineering elements such as gear design. Since again, this is not intended, all the tools are mostly intended for 3D visuals. So the output may be something like a 3D print or other elements, but nothing that is related to engineering and exact, let's say, calculation for each element. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. I'm going to position a similar video on the left side, and I will also add a subscribe button to the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.